Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is a snowy Tuesday morning here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Finally, I think this is kind of the first snowstorm. Let me move my boots out of the way. I don't know if I can show you properly. There we go. The snow is coming down. Love snow days. Love snow days, especially when I don't have to go anywhere. It's fabulous. Oh, I lost my perfect spot now. Okay, there we go. So, as I said, hopefully you're doing okay today. Leather Bag Lady Weather Report. It is a snowstorm here in Canada, or Southern Ontario, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It is a snowstorm. So anyway, let's get to today's bag. Here is a little cutie patootie. Now, I started to list this for my shop at the shed this coming Thursday. And again, now, I started Etsy 4 years ago. And I went through all of my purses to look for bags that were vintage. And I was very lucky that I had a ton of them and I didn't even really realize it. I was buying them because I like the color. Gray is a little bit of a unique color. You don't come across it every day. And soft leather. I love soft leather, multi-compartment, shoulder, blah, blah, blah. I was buying it because I liked it, not necessarily because it was vintage or not vintage. But when COVID hit and all of my shows got canceled, I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do? So I had dabbled a little bit in Etsy previously, but never really did anything with it. And I thought, okay, I got to do what I got to do. And I just immediately went through all my purses, as I said. So what I started with are bags I already had. Now, what I'm telling you all that for is we are now 4 years further down the line. And that 20-year cutoff is now 4 years more, if you know what I mean. Like what was 2001 as a 20-year cutoff? 2005 is now our Etsy 20-year cutoff. Doesn't necessarily make a difference for this little 80s beauty, but a lot more of my bags are now qualifying as vintage. So I am finding a lot of bags when I'm going through my stock that now qualify as vintage bags. And I'm having to kind of make the decision on whether or not they are going to find themselves on Etsy, or if I'm going to start putting them on my .com. I think eventually what I would like to do is maybe have like a throwback Thursday or something. Because my goal is to do 3 Shop at the Shed episodes a week. Very bold, very bold. Because when you think about it, you know what? I'll talk to you about that after today's bag. So let's have a look at this little Cabrelli Canada. This brand has been around, I do believe, since, now where's my notes? I think it was 1990, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to get it wrong. They've been around a while, that is for sure. Normally I have myself a little bit more. 1940. I knew it was a long-standing Canadian brand because I've got quite a few Cabrelli bags and they are way before 1990. So yeah, 1940 this is a Canadian brand. I don't believe that it tells you that it's made in Canada. There's your branding. So this has some velvet inside, and there are some definite spots where the velvet has lost its nap. So just to let you know that there are some marks on the interior. So the bag's got a little bit more wear than I would normally. There's some dry spots there. I'm going to take care of all of that. As I said, this bag really wasn't a bag that I was going to list on Etsy. So it may not be as ready for this as I would normally. Couple of little marks back here, but I'm going to put this back on my work table and I'm going to work on it a little bit of dry in the corners. It will be beautiful by the time it ends up in your mailbox, if this little beauty is in fact for you. Love the compartments, a bigger compartment in the middle and two smaller on either side. There is your zipper compartment. Made in Korea, Cabrelli, Montreal. So 1940. Can you imagine? Nice little gusset for that main compartment. And then you've got two little extras. The strap does not adjust. It's a 21.5-inch strap drop. Love this little accent. Love when companies do something just that little bit extra. Gray is a big color for 2024, along with baby blues, baby pinks, off-white, burgundy. Oh, I was so thrilled. Burgundy is a huge color for this season or this year upcoming. Gotta love it. So that is today's little gem. So I had a big day with my clients yesterday, and I actually went to the library yesterday to get my labels printed. Oh my goodness, what a shit show that was. The girl was wonderful at my local library outlet, and she worked through it with me. I had absolutely no clue how to do that. I've done it in the past. I couldn't even imagine how to do it. I couldn't even imagine how to get that done. So as we walked through the steps, it was kind of coming back to me a little bit, but not enough that I was effective. But I ended up getting 5 sheets of labels, and all the label says is free shipping over $100, which is what I am going to be putting. Actually, I'm going to get my flyers out, or my note cards out now. I've had these for probably 8 years, and these are all from Vistaprint. They're all note cards that I've had this leatherbagLady.com for a long time. I've let it go. I've repurchased it. I've let it go. I've repurchased it. And I've had the the Shopify store for about 3 years now. And I'm only now just using it. But I didn't want to let the .com go. It's very rare that your business name is still available in .com. So I was like, I'm not letting that go at all. I mean, I think there's enough other URLs now, .ca, .cloud, .whatever, that it's not a huge deal as it was maybe 10, 15 years ago. But I'm not giving up the .com, that is for sure. So all these little note cards, if you have purchased a bag from me in the last month or so, I now put one of these in your purse, as well as my thank you note card and my request that you leave me a review. And I also put, I'll put something in there. What I found are these beautiful little books of like scrapbook paper, and they've got such beautiful motifs on them. And so if you've bought a bag from me and you're like, what the heck is that? I'm a stationery crazy person. I love paper. I love pens. I love notebooks. I love all that stuff, which is why I wanted so badly to have a diary. I'm just not a writer. I'm a talker. I'm not a writer. So I would try. I've got multiple notebooks with, maybe a month's worth of diary entries, and then it just falls away. And I think that's an important thing for, even just in life in general. Leatherbag Lady words of wisdom. I should listen to my own for a change. You have to really, especially at my age, I will be 56 next month, and I am not looking at, that I'm old or anything, but what I am looking at is what is real and what is true. I can blow smoke up my own butt just as much as anybody else can. And the time for that is coming to an end. I know what I like and what I don't like. And I am really getting to the point now where it's important for me not to pull the wool over my own eyes, let alone anybody else's. So I'm getting very real about that. But some of the things that I don't like to do are just life, and you got to do them whether you like it or not. So my job now is to try and come up with hacks that give me the tools that I need to pivot from doing the traditional things that, you know, a mother does, a wife does, a lady does, a woman does, a business owner does, all those things that I don't really want to do. And when I was on my own, I didn't have to do them, but now I kind of do. So it's all about really getting real about what I want and what I don't want, and compromising on the things that absolutely have to happen. So, you know, cleaning the whole bathroom for me is, I'll do it tomorrow. But I'll clean the toilet today, I'll clean the sink tomorrow, and I'll clean the bathroom the next day. I can only do little tiny jobs in any genre. I don't have the brain bandwidth anymore to tackle, you know, like I talked to you before about when I would clean my house, I do one wall at a time. And I mean, I wash the wall, everything comes off. Like that, to me, I can manage that. That is something that'll take me an hour, and then I can move on to something that I really would like to do. And I am getting very real about that because I'm not in the space anymore where I only have myself to kind of answer to. And I do think we do need to have to answer to ourselves just as much as we do our loved ones, family, you know, friends, whatever. So it's about maybe admitting to myself that there are some things that I'm just being a little bit of a brat about. And I will admit that wholeheartedly, and kind of figuring out a way to still get what needs to be done in a way that I can adopt into my lifestyle. Like the workouts, I am just not interested right now in going to the gym 4 days a week. I'm not. But I just had a conversation with my mom, and she's like, you're letting yourself go again. And I'm like, I'm on that cusp where if I let it go too much longer, it's going to be a whole other conversation. So I did come up with a different plan, a different routine, and then I got COVID. And then Pius got COVID. And now, you know, I'm back to not having that kind of, let's get back at it, because I just don't have it. But I'm going to have to find it from somewhere. When we were living in Pius's house prior, he had this amazing basement, and I had no problem going down there to work out. My workout space is in my living room. Pius is working out of the living room. I'm working out of the living room. It's our living room space. It's for me to add working out in there as well. It's just not going to happen. So I'm just going to try and monitor. My eating is a lot better. I never seem to be able to do the two at the same time. I'm either eating really well and the gym is toast, or the gym is brilliant and my eating is toast. So I got to get my shit together at some point. But anyway, everybody, I am not doing anything today. I'm home. I had somebody coming to look at boots. This poor woman's been trying to come and see these boots forever. She was coming, and then I got COVID. And then yesterday she was supposed to come at 12:30. She never showed up. So I had shit to do. So I left. And she messaged me at 10 to 1. Oh, can I come after lunch? I'm like, you were supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. And I'm sorry, but I'm not home anymore. So hopefully she was going to come today. But in a snowstorm, I said, you know, you're not going to come out to look at boots in a snowstorm. Maybe she will. But I gave her an option. So hopefully she will be here tomorrow. Afternoon, because I've got my client in the morning. I had both clients yesterday. We had good visits, and that is about it for me. So have a great rest of the day, everybody, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.